So, disclaimer before I start this video, this is based on my preferences. And this is more about the planning bit of Walt Disney World, like before your actual trip. These might be, or I would say, I personally think that these are a couple of things that you need to know before you go. So I'll just start by saying that I live in England, so it's a big deal for me to go all the way over to Orlando because I don't live in America, so it's not. I mean, it was easy to get on a plane and get over there, but I mean, it's not so easy just to, go across the country or just the next state or whatever. So people who live, say, like in Florida, will not really have to even think much about these couple of things that I'm going to mention. The first thing that I'm going to mention, like everyone has to take notice of. But like the second one, say like you live locally, what I'm going to talk about doesn't really apply to you because it would be so much easier for you to not follow what I'm going to say, if that makes any sense. So, buying a ticket but not reserving your parks, what does that even mean? So, like everyone, like everybody, annual pass, whether you live in America, whether you live outside of America, whether you are my neighbour who believes that she didn't do this but you can't get in without doing it. Anyway, you have to, once you've got your ticket, say like you're going for 7 days and you want to go to Animal Kingdom on Tuesday, you have to book Animal Kingdom in for Tuesday. It's a no-brainer. No exceptions. You have to book your park for each day. Say like you want to go to Hollywood Studios on Thursday and you don't book it and you just rock up, you're not getting in. You have to reserve your park for which day you want to go to it with like under your ticket, if that makes sense. You have to, like, I personally would advise booking a park like each day. There were like days we weren't planning on going in the parks, but we put a park day on there just because we reserved a park for that day, just in case some of our plans fell through and we decided, you know what, it'd be so good if we could be in said park right now instead. And we ended up doing that. So because one day we went to, I think it was a water park, and then we decided we wanted to go for a meal later in Magic Kingdom, yeah. So that meant, we had to book in Magic Kingdom for that day. So without booking that in, we wouldn't have been able to have that meal. Does that make any sense? But bear in mind, water parks, you don't have to book. It's just the 4 main parks of Walt Disney World that you have to book. But water parks, yeah, like as I explained, we went to the water park during the day, didn't have to book that, but we booked in Magic Kingdom because we wanted to go for a meal later on. Does that make sense? You will not enter a park unless you have reserved that park for that day. You can do this through your My Disney Experience app, and there's no way around it. It's something that you have to do regardless of who you are and where you live. So anyone can buy a park hopper ticket, but if you're like me and not local, I would advise against it. Or if it's, for example, for my first time, we went for 14 days. So we decided to do like a park a day and really immerse ourselves throughout the whole day, spending our whole day in the park. But if you was there for like 7 days, you'd probably want to, or even just a few days, and you really want to do all the parks. This is where you would need your park hopper. So your park hopper is, you choose a park for the first half of the day, and then you choose another park for the second half of the day, and you pay for your park hopper ticket, and this is what you do. So say like you want to go to Hollywood Studios, first thing you're reserving that, and then you want to go to Animal Kingdom. Your park hopper will allow you to do that after 2 p.m. So you can go and enter Animal Kingdom 2 p.m. onwards after that, as an example. And I feel like it's only worth it if you've only got a few days and you want to squeeze in every park. This is again for the 4 main parks, but not the water parks, because again, you don't have to book them, so you don't need a park hopper for them. I suppose you could go from one water park to the other, and you could park hop that, but you wouldn't have to pay for it, so that's cool. I don't know if anyone's done that. Let me know if you have. And I personally feel like this is a waste, because you spend, say like, as I said about Hollywood Studios, you spend your first half of your day in Hollywood Studios, and then you decide you want to go to Animal Kingdom. You're wasting that time on transport getting to Animal Kingdom, where you could have been like fully immersing yourself. I said I understand if you're only spending like a few days there, you want to get every park in as much as you can, totally worth it then. But if you're going for like the length of time I went for, I don't think it's worth it, because you're wasting your time on your transport instead of having more time in that park, where you could go to the next park the next day, for example, and spend more time there instead of on transport, you see. So it's, if you're going for like a longer time, it's wasting money and time. So that's why I personally think that a park hopper is a waste. As I said, these are my personal preferences, but these two things are the things that I feel you could waste the most on whilst you're in your planning process of your Walt Disney World holiday. One is you're not booking your park on a specific day, because then you've wasted so much money on getting a Walt Disney World ticket and you can't even get in there. So, biggest waste of them all, I reckon. And then secondly, the park hopper. I personally think it's a waste, but that is my personal preference. Someone who's going for about 2 weeks, who has the time to be able to do like one park a day. As I think if you're going for a few days, totally worth it. But say like you're going for 2 weeks and you get a park hopper and you're in Hollywood Studios and you decide, you know what, we've got this park hopper, but I actually want to spend all day in Hollywood Studios. You've wasted money on your park hopper. I hope I have taught you something if you didn't know a clue about Walt Disney World. And if you are going on a trip soon, I wish you luck. I hope you have fun. And if you didn't know these points, I'm glad you do now. Bye bye.